We're back. I think this is week number 11 or something like that. But it's miserable outside, and I'm just going to go and shut the door. Hang on. For fuck's sake. Right, the first thing on today's agenda is the railways. Peak times, off-peak times, and prices. And Spawn School as well for money stealing. Again, stealing people's money, hard-earned cash. But school trip last Friday. Cost of the trip, £26. They can't afford a big enough bus to take the whole class, so a couple of us go on the train. And you get to the train station, find out you're getting stung for 44 quid. Which, well, the only train that gets you there to London in time for the conference is at 9:20 or 9:19, which is 10 minutes before peak time ends. And when peak time ends, prices go down a lot. And the next train after that is 9:47, which doesn't get you there in time. But 9:19 costs you 44 quid. 9:47 costs you 13. But because Spawn School can't afford to use a big enough bus, you have to pay the full price. I'm sorry, that's retarded. That is incredibly stupid. Thankfully, we're getting a refund, I believe. But, well, the railway shambles, honestly. And then, on the way back, Charles gets his ticket stolen or lost, and we get to the tube station. He shows his ticket receipt and cardholder's copy at the gate where the man is. He says, "Nope, cannot let you through. Nope, cannot let you through." Despite having a valid proof of purchase and valid cardholder's copy of the ticket. That, ladies and gentlemen, is London Underground. They just employ people. People get imported into Britain to work for the London Underground, and they haven't got the slightest idea what day of the week it is. Never mind how to run a railway service. That's a problem, and it's a joke. It's a joke. It's proof of purchase. It's proof that you've spent £44 to travel on your train. Honestly, so we have to buy another tube ticket, which is about £5, and then sort it out at the station. Never mind. Then the train home's packed and what have you. And well, I got a seat, but yeah, can't do much about it. But ladies and gentlemen, next time you go on a school trip and the school can't afford a big enough bus to take you on it, make sure you go after 9:30 or you're getting stung 44 quid. And don't lose your ticket, because even if you provide the cardholder's copy of the ticket and the valid receipt, they still don't let you through, even though it's quite obvious you've paid the fare to travel on the train. Honestly, these people have got no idea at all what they're doing. At all, not the slightest. They probably go through a 4-hour training course or something, saying, "Right, you have the job. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much for giving me the job. Thank you. Oh, I stop people coming through the gates who have not got valid ticket. Oh, I don't know. No, they have valid ticket, but I still don't let them through. No. Then the ticket machine don't accept." Bloody retarded. That's why. If they employ people who knew what they were doing, then you wouldn't have this fucking farce going on, would you? Enough of the London Underground. Let's talk about United's league form. Well, last night, Champions League fixtures, 1-0 win against Shakhtar Donetsk. In the first half, bloody awful. Rio Ferdinand, Ryan Giggs, Ashley Young, all were poor. Giggs kept giving the ball away. Young missed 2 one-on-ones with the goalie. One of them he chipped it wide when it was easier to score. And the second one, he was played through by Wayne Rooney and he hit the corner flag. It's dreadful. He's taken out the disabled seating there. That's how far wide he's hit it. Dreadful. And Rio Ferdinand looks finished. I'm sorry, he just looks... he's going to retire at the end of the season. He made a mistake. he was dithering on the ball, lost the ball to some kid who he hasn't got a prayer of catching. Completely outpaces him, but he's rescued by De Gea. But since the last video's come out, we've also lost at home to Newcastle, and that was just lack of passion. That was the players going out there. They didn't want to. They just didn't look interested at all, and that's so disappointing. And the annoying thing is, we're a run of league games away, a run of league wins away from getting in the top four again. I think our next 5 games are against teams below us in the league, which means they must be really far down the table to be below us. But, you know, you've got the usual dose of Liverpool fans thinking, oh yeah, we're going to win the league, we're second. Well, open your eyes. You haven't played Chelsea yet. You haven't played City yet. You've played us once. You've played Liverpool. You've played Arsenal once. You've still got to go to Old Trafford. It's still got to go to... you've still got to play Arsenal at Anfield. You've still got to go to Stamford Bridge, the Etihad. You haven't played Spurs yet. There's loads of games. I don't know whether anybody has noticed this, but when I'm watching Soccer Saturday on the afternoon, for the last 5, 6 or 7 weeks in a row, Liverpool have been playing a shit opponent at Anfield, and surprise, surprise, they're second in the league. It's not hard to beat those teams with Luis Suarez in your team, is it? But Sturridge, Gerrard, they're out long term now. Suarez, no doubt, will be angling for his move to Real Madrid in January, which is being mooted, but there's a chance they'll get Karim Benzema going the other way. That's what's rumoured in the Daily Mail, and I can't see that, quite frankly. I'm not too sure Karim Benzema would do that. Well, we've got a few good players, but he'd be one in a team with Coutinho, Gerrard. Anyway, enough of the scum. Let's go back to United's league form and how we can fix it. We've got January coming up. We need to make sure the league leaders are kept within 10 points of us. If we can bring in somebody, doesn't matter if they're cup tied in the Champions League, we need to make sure we finish in that top 4 or top 3. And we're only a couple of wins away from getting in there. That Cardiff game the other week where we threw that away, we'd beaten Arsenal the week before. Had we not conceded that late set-piece header from that 5-foot Korean bloke, then we'd have gone third that evening. But since then, we've drawn twice and lost twice, and the momentum has just evaporated. I'll tell you why. It's because of that international break. That's why. Straight after the Arsenal game, international break, key players are getting injured all over the place. Michael Carrick, Phil Jones, Robin Van Persie, Vidic, they're all getting injured during the international break. And it's just fucking up. International breaks during the season for friendlies are just a waste of time. We've had the World Cup qualifiers. We've had loads of time to prepare for them. We're through, we're there. Let's just forget about it and approach it at the right time. Because it's not like the players or anything are short of match fitness. If you're in the England squad, the chances are you're playing every week for your team. So what is the objective of these mid-season friendlies? What? Fucking prick. What is the objective of these mid-season friendlies? Because players just get injured. You have a few good results, your momentum disappears, and all your good players get injured. It's a waste of time. International breaks for friendlies should be scrapped. It's a waste of time. Absolute joke. Then they say, oh, well, we need to test the players. We need to get the team working as a team. Well, we've had World Cup qualifiers to do that. The players aren't short of match fitness because they're playing every week in the Premier League. Unless you're Andy Carroll, of course. Goodness knows. What's going to happen if he ends up in Brazil? He won't, surely not. I don't know who's going to get picked for the World Cup squad. But the draw... the draw for the World Cup was Uruguay, Italy and Costa Rica. I still think we'll qualify. I'm not too sure we'll win the group. We always seem to choke against Italy. But Uruguay, if you manage to take Suarez out of the game and Cavani, and England could use Phil Jones to do that. Just set up in the normal way, but just set up with 10 players and just have a floating player, Phil Jones. He can harass he can harass the likes of Suarez and Cavani, and the defence, Gary Cahill, Phil Jagielka, assuming they don't bring that retard John Terry back into the fray. Hopefully they don't. He's in retirement. Forget about him. Remove him. Move on. Enough of the John Terry. Forget about him. He doesn't exist anymore on the England stage. He's gone. Finished. As is Rio Ferdinand. He's gone. Forget him. Finished. So, the likes of Jones, Jagielka, and Cahill, who are all going to be playing, well, the latter two defensive centre backs, and Jones can play as a CDM and harass Suarez off the ball. I still think we can win that game if we slow the tempo down, frustrate them, and nick a few goals with the likes of Rooney, Sturridge, and Walcott on the counter attack. I'm not going to be England manager though. I don't like international football particularly, but I still support England. Whenever they're playing, it was good to see them qualify for the World Cup. Given the amount of stick Roy Hodgson had got in the press, they all shut up, surprisingly, after that. Well, the press, they're all retarded, everybody knows that. And that's the end of this video. 11 minutes. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.